This fella did a good job. I like
Yeah,
this.
he did.
Yeah. You're such an asshole to this guy.
Shut up. I'm so mean. I got much bigger problems than he does.
That's right. You got dope to sell.
Yeah. Bosses to kill.
That's right. Bosses to kill.
Are we done?
Hello, everybody. This is Vince Gilligan, executive producer.
Bryan Cranston, actor. Stephen Bauer, actor.
I'm Aaron Paul. I play Jesse.
This is Johan, Renck, who directed this episode, I think.
This is Mike Slovis, who's director of photography.
Margolis, T.O.
I'm so glad to have you on this, Johan. This, I think, is this the first time you've done one of these commentaries for us?
It is, and I gotta say, I mean, that's one of the best things with going and shooting an episode like this is when half of the episode has already been done before, you know? It makes it really easy for me. I can just watch.
And there's the wonderful Mr. Margolis. I think people are going to be very excited, Mark, to hear you actually talking on this commentary. I think they're going to be very surprised.
English, please. Well done.
Well done. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak in Mexican. That was an homage to Aaron.
We're not using subtitles on this, Mark, so let it rip.
How did this day go for you guys, for Mark and Johan? How was this?
They all blend together into one big mess, don't they?
So, Michael, you're pumping light in through the windows there? Is that what that is?
Not at all. That was actually, we tend to go with a lot of light that's available there. This shot, however, took us quite a while as it came up. Now Johan's looking at me and shaking his head.
No, what I'm doing is like I'm seeing us grown men by a poolside having fun with spilling blood in the water and trying to be artistic. You know? That's how I remember that.
This shot was set up as a request because the public just doesn't see me naked quite enough. So, we like to help out our viewers.
But I see they edited out the below the waist shot from there, actually.
Yeah, it's too much for them to handle.
Right.
Just a couple of guys in a cancer center. That's the new sitcom. Couple of guys in a cancer center. Tonight on Fox.
This fella did a good job. I like
Yeah, he
this.
did.
Yeah. You're such an asshole to this guy.
Shut up. I'm so mean.
You're so mean.
It's like,
He's got cancer,
I
for
don't want
God's
this
sake.
putz talking to me about, look at this. I'm so worried. I got much bigger problems than he does.
That's right. You got dope to sell.
Yeah. Bosses to kill.
That's right. That's right. Bosses to kill. I want everyone listening to know that you were a rock star in Sweden. You still are a rock star.
Yes,
Yes, he is.
I do not understand why that was necessary to bring up. Oh, that's actually, funny enough, Mark Johnson's son right there in the background.
That's true.
Yeah.
The right back behind
screen
Dilbert.
debut.
That's right.
He almost steals the scene there for a second.
Young Jack Johnson. He's a good young man.
Didn't you make him sleep with you to get the role?
Well,
That's Hollywood, baby. Let's be honest here.
Let's
Come
be
on.
honest. It is Hollywood.
let's say it did not only involve sleep.
This is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Not counting, of course, the one coming up with Mr. Bauer and Mr. Margolis at the end. That's a great one.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away. When they have sex. You mean.
Yeah,
that one.
exactly.
Or was that cut from the final? Was it?
I think it's here on the DVD.
in the pool. Yeah.
What's Dean up to right now?
That's a good question. He's probably having another kid or two.
That's exactly what I was going to suggest.
Popping out another one.
Yeah, when he has a week off.
Yeah, it's like a big dog pack, him and his family, isn't it? It's all over the place.
And they're all named Dean, by the way.
I know.
Even the girls. It's weird. Like George Foreman the Fourth, George Foreman the Fifth.
What's so great, Vince, about the language of our show is that on many shows you may you may shoot something real wide, like those last big wide shots that you saw before, and they might use them once or they might use them not at all. And in our show, it's an integral part, an expressive part of the language of the show.
I agree. And also, it helps us to stay as far away from the actors as possible.
So that they can cover the flubbed lines.
Is Gustavo Fring your real name? Look, Hank waited for the right moment, just and he popped the question. Is that your real name?
I know. I love that.
Chili?
Strange.
Isn't it pronounced Chile?
Not when Dean's thinking of lunch.
Chili.
He's thinking of food, too. That's sweet. Look at that shot.
That's a great shot.
Just that moment.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that gives him a tell. Just a brilliant idea. Was that in the
Not
script? Or did you do that?
No, I did that actually.
That was beautiful.
Give me some credit. Come on.
It was a great touch.
This is not my first rodeo, okay?
It was a great work here by not only Dean Norris, but that guy there, Michael Shamus-Wiles, and Nigel Gibbs, and Stephen Michael Quesada.
Wonderful actors, all three of them. Uh-oh.
Except him. He's
Except
not good. Odenkirk phones it in every time. Emily Rios.
Emily Rios, great. This is Ian, I believe. Is that?
Yeah.
What's it like directing a little kid, Johan?
I don't know. I walk out every time I have to work with kids. I leave it in the hands of my first AD or Michael and stuff like that. I don't speak their language. I do not understand what it is that they want.
Notoriously known for hating children.
Exactly. I'll put that question to someone else. But I saw he was there, and he was sitting there, probably urinating. Look at his bodyguard there.
yeah.
I love that guy.
He's great.
This I loved.
That's that woman doing the flowers is Bob Odenkirk's real wife. Lucky man.
We love Bob. Bob's a great guy.
great guy.
Uh-oh, and then there's this guy. Uh-oh. What can you say about Aaron Paul? Nothing much.
Nothing.
So let's move on.
Not much. Yeah, let's move on.
You're so handsome, Aaron.
What is my face doing, though, in this scene?
It's curled. You've got the curled lip. It's a little bit a Billy Idol thing that you have going.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's the snarl.
And a little bit of blue steel also, I think. Zoolander blue steel, yeah.
I like the members-only jacket, too.
Yeah, look at that
Nice.
fake fur collar. He's
That's
so
the most
great.
interesting shaped head I've ever seen in my life.
And a gun with the space bag available for purchase. The space bag.
Oh, this is a very clever idea. I'm thinking of doing that myself with my ones, actually.
Cool.
You can put the children in it. You don't want to have to direct.
That's another good idea.
It's good. You know what's tricky is shooting money on this show because you cannot make counterfeit money that looks real. Because the Secret Service will seriously come after you.
I can tell you a long story about that, but in short, what it was that I did a music video in which we, in Sweden, did $50 million worth of cash.
Yeah.
And when we were done with the shoot, we put it in a storage room. There was a fire in that building. The fire brigade was there, sprayed water all over it, so it was left open for days. And I was literally in a legal case for years since some of that money leaked out because it was too close.
What did you do with the money you stole?
Yeah, what did
I
you
bought
do?
myself an apartment in New York City.
You're my hero.
What a story. That sounds Jesus.
Yeah, but it was closed for a bit there. I might have been
Jesus.
spending serious prison time.
This was a fun scene.
This is a really fun scene, actually. You're getting so into the rock thing here.
Yeah.
Rose, almost salmon hue.
And the disappointment when you learn that it's
I
not
love
about rocks.
it. It's so...
I find those moments when he can escape from his harrowing life and get into science that he just loves it and gets tickled, and then he's rocked back into the real world.
I love this scene.
This is a great scene.
I love this scene.
This is
man.
a great scene.
I loved it when I read it, man.
See that Volvo station wagon over there?
A shout out to Johan's native country of Sweden there. Volvo.
Good. We have to do our little tributes when we can.
That's right.
Stick this on it.
Stick what?
Didn't we make that? Is that a real
No,
thing?
it's a real thing,
That is
actually.
a real, and when he says where you can buy it and the price you can buy it for, it's absolutely
That's actually-
correct. I got to say, actually, it's so real that it's scary because you're thinking, holy shit,
easy to do.
that could be on one of my cars right now for all I know.
It is.
Yeah.
And this is perfect timing. here.
Yeah, I love this.
Perfect
I
timing.
love this.
Cue Jonathan Banks.
Oh my God.
Perfect rack focus there to Jonathan.
Look
I'm back to Bryan
at
there,
a
that's
little like Uncle Fester there.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment. He's a very handsome man.
Stick this up into the wheel well.
We should let people know that you guys are not it was really hot that day, and both of you guys are not wearing pants in this scene.
Well, that's the only way we can get through it.
Yeah.
To have something cool. I had a fan blowing up my keister as well.
Everything onto Bryan at one time, everything from the front of the car looking back,
Gotcha.
everything onto Dean at one time.
Which means the actors have to run from one scene to the next, and obviously we're always shooting out of order here. So you guys always have to sort of be knowing in your heads, and now of course that's the director's job as well to help the actors know, okay, you're here right now. We're going to skip this other scene.
Right, and
now,
we're going to. Yeah. So all the stuff you see the shot of Dean just there was shot when we shot the other scene as well. We jumped right into it.
Right.
This is a beautiful moment talking to the camera.
I love that. Yeah, man. It looks like Jesus speaking to his father up in heaven.
Well, that's what I was going with, too. Not that I have a God complex. But.
No.
Just a Jesus complex.
Oh, God.
I love that shirt.
My God,
Great
that
choice.
shirt. So many people talk to me about that one shirt.
It's
This scene is really
brilliant.
good.
Siegfried and Roy. You look like a roadie for Siegfried and Roy.
My God, he was. That's a
I love
beautiful
this
shot.
location.
Yeah,
And
gorgeous.
Johan came back very excited about this.
Yeah.
Where do you see this location that we found?
I mean, to filmmakers, that's beauty. That's beauty right there. It's downtown, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just outside of downtown Albuquerque.
I love this.
It's right
too.
near where Combo got shot down,
yeah,
right?
right. Oh, so
Yeah.
it's near the
It's
old
right
train
downtown.
station.
Yeah.
And look at the
Hey,
light
Big
again.
Joe Polka Show. If you watch the RFD network, they got the Big Joe Polka Show. That's what you're listening to there.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
I swear to God, it's great. I love it.
Can you get that on DirecTV?
Nice to know you spend your time well. Mark, I wanted to ask you a question. You have no dialogue when you're playing him at this age. Is this as difficult as when you do have dialogue? I mean, you're still fully involved and active in it.
Who am I talking to?
That's Bryan. That's Bryan Cranston from CNN. Mark, please.
What do you care? Answer the question. Jesus.
He's so difficult. He's difficult even now.
I don't find it any different, really. Other than that, there's a nice part I don't have to learn any lines. But I really don't distinguish one from the other.
This is much more the Mark we know.
Yeah, no, actually, to me,
Pissing into a
to
pool.
me, the makeup always looked to me. I looked like Peter Boyle in The Munsters. Something about it.
I gotta say, before we get too far from it, that wide shot there with the peeing, the P is digitally added.
Really?
I'm
Yes.
disappointed.
Oh, man.
I thought Mark was
yeah.
a pure actor.
It was?
No, I don't think it was.
No, I had that P rig.
Yeah.
And in the honest to God, in the wide shot, believe me, I remember because I had to look at many different
'Cause it-
versions of it.
Which is not like you at all, Mark. I've seen you pee.
Now I feel failed.
I mean, this was interesting for me. I don't
here he
speak one
is.
word of Spanish, obviously. So again, I was pretty obsolete at this scene.
Look at that sunshine, the sunlight, beautiful shot.
This is a former bed and breakfast. I think it was like a bed and breakfast back in the 60s and whatnot. And before that, this property was a coal mine, I believe. If you look down the hill over the balcony, you can see like old coal mine tailings from 100 years ago. And it's the folks who live here now are it's a private home now, but they're very, very nice folks, and we appreciate them letting us use their property here. Steven, man, you're so good in this scene.
Well, we're talking about food. It's my favorite subject. Thank you. And Giancarlo's just sort of following along
Struggled with it,
waiting. Yeah, but he did an amazing job because he doesn't speak Spanish at all.
He was
so.
It was really impressive how
Yeah,
hard
he
was
had to
working out.
learn the whole thing, phonetically, basically, you know? He's dreading his next line, though, right there.
Right now he's thinking of next line.
And I have to also point out, we have two gentlemen in the scene from the movie Scarface.
Oh, boy.
We got this gentleman right
that's
here,
right.
and then we've got Mark Margolis. Both of you guys, God bless you.
Yeah.
Both of you guys are one of my favorite movies.
Now, were you able to conjure a Mexican Spanish accent?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
As opposed to a Cubano? Huh?
Oh, absolutely. El mexicano es muy diferente que el cubano.
And how would you say that in a Cuban?
Los cubanos hablan más así, tú sabes, más casual, más suavecito, you know. But the Mexican Spanish is very, very precise, and some other parts of Mexico, it's very sing-songy. So I'm trying to walk a kind of fine line between guys that I've known from the cartel that speak a very, very sort of ranchero Spanish, but then they come up in the world and they get, you know, they get educated. Some of them just remain animals and they just grunt, like Tio.
I was never able to disconnect from my animosity towards anyone that was connected to Al Pacino.
I felt that, and that's why I kept egging you on. I kept pushing you.
I'd like to ask a story point on this, is that, you know, the relationship that these two have coming to you, and this kid's the chemist, he's the cook behind it, and the choice to shoot him in the head as opposed to the other guy, or even, I mean, was it out of the disrespect they showed Don Eladio? What was the motivating factor to
Why do I let him live?
Well, yeah, that's an excellent question. I think, in my opinion, Don Eladio most surely would have killed Gus. And perhaps
Gustavo.
both of them, but perhaps he would have let this gentleman live so that he could be useful to the cartel. But he would have most certainly killed Gustavo, because Gustavo is clearly here the guy behind the plan.
Right.
The plan that ultimately disrespected Don Eladio. But Don Eladio makes reference here coming up to, you know, the only reason you're alive and he isn't is because I know
who you are.
Yeah.
And you're not in Chile anymore. In other words, I know his history. I know his past.
Yeah.
And there's a scheme. There's kind of a sadistic turn, though, really, because this is great. The kids. Oh my God.
I love the way Johan shot. I love the way you did this, Johan.
Beautiful.
That is. Yeah, I remember, Johan, you explaining to me the way you intended to cover this, and I have to admit, at first I was like, yeah, I didn't really picture it that way, but man, there's just no other way to do it.
Yeah, look at that.
You did such a great job
Amazing.
here. And then our post-production folks froze James's eyes here, so they actually made his pupils larger.
Wow.
The chain around your neck was a prop designed and constructed by our prop department.
It was very specific. Yeah.
That's sort of the Greek amulet against the evil eye. Because Eladio, am I correct, means the Greek in Spanish?
The evil eye, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm watching the movie.
Oh, yeah, I don't blame you. This is a beautiful shot.
Look at this shot.
How can that be so beautiful when it's about a guy bleeding out of his brain?
I
I
know.
don't know, you guys are really,
Vince.
really fucked.
What's interesting from a story point, too, is that we've somehow developed a sympathy for Gus Fring.
Yeah,
At this point.
it's true.
Yes.
You know, it's like, oh my God.
Well, yes, it's amazing. It's an
toying
amazing
with this, Vince
amazing.
Gilligan.
Yes, and I love Mr. Margolis. I love what you do here coming up.
So great.
I love that. Isn't that
So
good?
great.
He's known in the business as one of the best spit take artists around. It really an amazing.
Yeah, you should see the
talent.
floor here right now.
Pleasure, as
Great
always.
episode, guys.
All you guys did
Great
such a
episode.
wonderful job.
Johan kicked ass.
I got to say, it never ceases to amaze me how fast every episode goes by. Doesn't it? It's like, oh, that's the end. Oh my God.
Well, we never get to watch it together. This is actually lots of fun.
This is
It
fun.
really is.
This is fun.
Nice to share this with you.
Thank you, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.